Hey, good job. All right, hey guys, it is Tuesday, it is spring break, and it is the one day this week that it's not going to rain. So we are outside enjoying the sunshine, and Aiden here is washing my car. There he is. You wave? All right, so he doesn't want to be on video. So I hope you guys are having a good spring break. I hope you're not on anymore, okay? I hope you guys are having a great day, and I need to share this on my other page. We'll do that in a minute here. But Teresa, how's Chicago? So I wanted to share this one thing with you guys today that can help you help your kid with their self-esteem and their confidence. And this is something that we've had to retrain ourselves here, and you may even have to retrain yourself as to do this with yourself as an adult, because it's not something yay, I miss you, let's hang out. It's not something that we're really taught how to do, and it's not something that we have like the tools to deal with on an everyday basis. It's really, really simple. You can do this with your kids. All you have to do is let them have feelings. Let them have whatever feelings they're going to have, and let them know that those feelings are okay, no matter what they are, okay? Some of those feelings might be a little scary, might be a little, I don't know what to do with that, or they might be, I wish my kid didn't feel that way, how do I fix it? They might be feelings that you didn't realize were inside, or you don't want to admit are actually true. We as adults have learned how to deal with our feelings, but a lot of us haven't learned how to deal with them in a very healthy way. We know how to stuff them down. We know how to put on a happy face. We know how to act like everything's fine, right? Like we've got our shit together, even when we really don't. And so it's super easy for us to then do that to our kids, like act like, tell them they're fine when maybe they're really not. It might not seem like a big deal to you, or tell them it's not a big deal when they're getting upset about something, because it's probably a little thing. To them, it's different. When they're little, everything is a big deal. Every little boo-boo is a big deal. Now, do you want our kids to be, wussy babies? Of course not. But at the same time, if we don't validate their feelings, if we don't let them know that they're even okay to have, bad things happen later. Okay? If you're not able to express your emotions, those show up as other things later in life. And they can be very, very debilitating. I've got personal experience with this. I've watched family members struggle with it. There we go. There's the Wi-Fi. Most adults do not know how to deal with this in a healthy way, because we're just not told. Okay, so it's not your fault. You can change the story for your kids. So if you've got kids that are, I happen to have one that is really anxious, social anxiety sort of thing, socially just very SHY. He's standing over there, so I don't want to say it. They get upset about making mistakes. They fear that imperfection. He even said yesterday he made a mistake. Not a big deal. He got upset about something, and he said, "I am the worst kid ever." Like, where did that come from, right? He's a perfect student. He's well behaved. He's kind. He's generous. He's a great kid, right? Like, he's not a problem child at all. And yet he still has that little voice inside of him that's telling him he's not good enough. Okay? So in an instance like that, because there's going to be times when you don't know what to do as a parent, and you're like, what? Okay? It's very easy, because we are uncomfortable with their emotions, for us to tell them that it's okay, no, that's not true, and just kind of brush it under the rug, to be very honest, right? Because it's easier for us, because we don't have the tools to deal with this. We don't know what to say. We don't know what to do. There is no parent handbook still, right? And there's not a lot of
materials out there. Even if you were to Google this, like, what do I do with my kid? It's just forums, and it's people discussing, and it's people that, and I think that they're doing a fine job. But there's no resource for you, right? And so we're left guessing. And, that this happened at school, and his teacher did not have any help for us. She told us to talk to the pediatrician, and I love pediatricians, but that wasn't the answer, right? And so teachers are lacking resources. Educators don't know what to do. Even the school counselor didn't have anything for me. So we're left to our own devices, and we're left to make this up on our own. The very first and best thing you can do for yourself and for your kids is to allow yourself to feel how you feel, right? If you're mad, there's a reason. If you're offended, there's a reason. If you're put out, if someone is mean to you and you're kind of like explaining it away, like, oh, I shouldn't be mad about that. Oh, let me give somebody the benefit of the doubt for the 1000th time. You're not allowing yourself to have your own emotions, okay? And it's because we think emotions are scary and we don't know what to do with them, and we think that they're going to like overpower us and they're never going to go away. Like, if I allow myself to be sad, I'm going to be sad for like days and days and days, and that's just not true. Or we're in a situation where we don't want anyone to see us get upset, right? Like, we're at work maybe, and like we need to look strong, or we're are you done with the hose? Okay. Or, kids in a classroom, they don't want to be embarrassed. Like, there's a lot of coping mechanisms that we use in order to save face, essentially. And your kids are going to do the same by watching you. Yes, they need coping mechanisms. That'll come later. The first and most important thing to do, so that this doesn't blow up later in their lives and become anxiety, because when you don't express emotions, it becomes something else. Like, feelings just want to be felt, and if you push them down, they actually get bigger, and they come out in unexpected ways that are much more out of your control. And so it's better to just deal with them now. And if that means you need to excuse yourself and go deal with them, like, that's fine. You can do that at home too. I saw someone have it wasn't like a timeout chair, because the kid wasn't in trouble, but it was like a cool off corner. Okay, if you're upset, have your emotions, here's a great place to do it. It's calm, there's books to read, there's there's other things, and I'll talk more about that later, but allowing them a safe place to express those things means that they can feel how they need to feel, and it's not hurting them. You might not know what to do with it. This is the first step, and then you can talk about it. Okay, give those emotions some names. I can tell that you were feeling, let's take this instance from yesterday, where he's saying I must be the worst kid in the world. Totally ridiculous, right? It's very easy for me to just like blow that off and be like, you're crazy, okay? But waiting until he's calmed down, and then you talk about it. Wow, I can tell you were really upset. Wow, I can tell you were feeling this. Wow, I can tell that this happened when that happened. And just talk about the feelings and notice them and honor them and see what comes out of your kid. See what they say. You don't even have to problem solve. You don't even have to fix it, right? We always want to fix it. We always want to make our kids feel better. It's hard to watch them suffer. But you don't have to, right? Like, you don't always want to be fixed when you're upset. Sometimes you just want to be upset, and then you can get over it and move on. Okay? There's not always something to be done. So if you can sit with your kid, have that conversation, they don't know all the names of emotions, give them some names, okay? And then they can start to identify what that felt like and what that felt like. And then you can move on to, okay, how do we make this better? How can we improve? But step one, just let them have feelings and give the feelings names. And above all, let them know that all feelings are valid and important, and they're okay, even if they're unpleasant, right? It's okay to have this feeling that you're feeling right now. All right? So that's really it. Super easy, right? I think I talked about that one thing for like 10 minutes. How unnecessary. You cold? All right, we're gonna go in. If you guys haven't checked out The book that I've designed to support you in this process, because I know what it's like to not have the resources, so I went and I made one. I'll put the link below. It's erinKmonahan.com. Go to the shop at the top, and it's Celebrate Your Mistakes. Thanks, girl. This is for the parents of the perfectionist kids, the kids that are struggling, the kids that have that anxiety. I have one, so he's testing everything and making sure it's cool enough for you guys and that it actually works and it makes sense and it's fun. There's resources in there for parents, so you know how to apply this. There's activities for the kids, there's coloring pages for the kids that helps them instill the new skills. It's a new mindset, okay? And this is daily. We're still working on it, obviously. We've been outside for a whole 45 minutes, and I think he's gotten upset like 3 times, okay? So it's ongoing. It's not easy, but this is worth it for your kids to get them to think differently about the world, get them to be able to make mistakes now and be okay with it, because it's only going to serve them later in life. If they're afraid to make mistakes their entire lives, they're going to be people pleasers, they're going to be stressed out, that's going to lead to depression. There's a host of other things that come with this kind of thing. So, and as a recovering perfectionist, I know. A lot of adults deal with this too. So it's very common. My goal here is to help you to make it less common, especially in your kids, because oh my gosh, they're kids. The last thing they need to be worrying about is being perfect, right? So go check it out. I'd love to know if you have any questions, if you have any feedback, if there's anything that your kids are specifically struggling with that I can include in the book. It's not done yet. So it's pre-sale right now. I'll put the link below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great spring break if you're on spring break. Teresa, enjoy Chicago. I've never been. I heard it's amazing. And I hope you're eating pizza. And I will talk to you guys later. See ya!